contacts and relationship data, and then we will transform them into a sheet, matches that that have context, trust, and clear incentives to connect. So that's why everything you see is something you can, by one click, starting a conversation. Our business model is very easy. So for free users, everyone can join Osna and join a community they already have, invite their friends, and see what everyone's doing. So they are keeping track of what your network actively working on and found any interest they want. And for premium, they are paid for us to reduce noises and deliver the best matches for the opportunities they can engage with each other's projects. So why do we do it right now? Because there's attention economics that's dying. We know the rise of AI that already broke the attention algorithm. And then many people started to have questioned that, why is it relevant to me? So we predict that in the future, there's a social network that should optimize for something that we can engage. And there's a rise of solo founders also due to AI. So that's why we think in the future people will need more we need a network that has more opportunities and engagement instead of just being an audience. So that's why I want to create the world's first navigation layers for network activations. We're starting by joining existing communities into the platform. And then we already start to talk with founders from multiple countries, and we invite them on board. We're in the very early stage, so we don't have a very specific ask for any investments, but we want to hear your story about what you need for networking in your current, Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. Let's get some questions from the audience, everyone. Anyone? Raise your hand if you have a question for Alan. Yes? You good? You have a question? Yeah. Question? Yeah.
Thanks so much for great presentation. For this product, network externality, I mean, like, you see, I use LinkedIn because other people are using. And if other people are not using this product, I'm not probably, honestly speaking, not using, right? How do you gain the first users? Like, I mean, that's the problem which my product is having right now. So what is your plan for the first users? I mean, like, how do you gain first users? Thank you.
Yeah, we're actively solving that right now. We're in the very early stage. We already built a platform inviting people in. Our strategy is first to find existing communities such as like school network, startup network, that when people on board, they already have a group of people to join. That's plan A. There's also a plan that we try to create certain engagement that doesn't base on people on the platform. It could be like a Luma type of invites that when people see your profile, they're gonna find opportunities and they can on board to join that thread of opportunities that you're gonna see that optimize for you. So that's a host audience model that we're using, but we're still exploring that model right now.
Okay, one more question from the audience. Anyone have a question? Anyone? Anyone? Please let me know. No? 3, going once, going twice, and sold. Okay, let's go Jetson, please.
Yeah, I love the presentation. It's amazing. Very, very good build up a story. And what I'm quite curious about, right? Obviously, I think the question on everybody's minds is very much a social networking platform, right? In this case, you're talking about leveraging AI to improve the connections and the engagement as well. But what was missing to me was how that works, right? It applies to almost any kind of matching algorithm. So it could be for dating, it could be for recruitment, right? Everything requires some kind of AI algorithm to do so. But I think that was missing in the pitch. So it's very hard for me to visualize how the connections are made and where the quality of the engagement improves, right? So if you were able to focus on that, it will help get a better buy-in, right? It's not about getting your first users, but rather why are you so much better than LinkedIn?
Okay, Sunshine? No, all good?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. That's exactly what we're trying to find out right now. We talked with many founders from like 50 different countries, and we're asking what they usually do in networking, and we try different formats. For example, we try to use activity-based that everyone have to ask, and or host some events that invite people in. But we're still not exactly sure what's next. So that requires more testing. And yeah, thank you so much.
Awesome. Really great pitch, guys. It's a problem that I think we all have with regards to like social media and finding the right social media, I think, that will help us really grow our networks and stuff. A lot of it's a lot of noise and things like that. So it's a relatable problem. I loved your hook at the beginning. We're like, show of hands, how many people use this, right? The problem is eye contact. If you're not looking at the audience, we're not really connecting with you. That will help your storytelling a lot more. And then reading, obviously, if you can practice it and practice so it's in your mind and you can pitch it more confidently, we're going to feel that passion from you. We're going to feel that a lot better than just reading it off from there. Same thing as well. You did some, but then a little bit more. Like turn your body to the stage. This is your potential customers. These are your potential audience, right? So really make them connect with you with that eye contact, with that body language, and you'll have a much better storytelling. But really good job, guys. I think I'm really excited to see where you guys go because I use LinkedIn a lot, and I really want to see a platform that helps me engage with people more. So awesome, man. Really good job. Thank you so much. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
Oh, keep it on. Oh, yes.
Thank you. So next presenter, please come to the front.
Yes. Next up is Esteban. Go to IG. Yes. Right. Yeah, this one. Yes. 3, 2.
Hi everyone. My name is Esteban. Nice to meet you. I'm working on something called GoGaijin. I'd like to say Japan is amazing, safe, beautiful, precise, and yet stressful. It's not stressful because it's dangerous. It's stressful because it's hard. It's very hard to understand. But first, I want to tell you a story. I was in Beijing, and I was with a tour group, right? A fellow passenger gave me a date wrapped in cellophane. As soon as I ate it, I started coughing violently. Food poisoning, bang. That's it, that's all it took. I was sick. So I begged and pleaded the bus driver. I was like, please take me back to the hotel. It was a no-go because I was part of a tour group. So I had no help. I was sick and alone in the bus. And that problem still exists here in Japan with a lot of foreigners, right? And so what I decided to do was create GoGaijin, because it's hard to find English-speaking services, right? Hard to trust, you know, where do I get a doctor? Where do I find a dentist that can speak English? So what do? You use Google, right? But I built something. I built GoGaijin. My idea is Tokyo survival services. You got healthcare, dining, housing, essentials, right? And so this leads you to the services that you're going to need. This is trusted English guidance for you in Japan. It's great. It's what I needed in Beijing. It's verified places, local rules, instant AI help. So Google answers what exists, right? They optimize for clicks. We optimize for outcomes. It's already working. This is actually increased this morning because I just updated the app. It's on Apple Store, and I've got 2,500 sorry, this impression has also increased this morning. It's 2,500. So I've got 2,500 impressions. I got 10 more installs. So it's already working. It's already helping. But what's most important for me is not the installs, but it's the conversion, I'm sorry, not the conversions, but I'm actually watching how the sessions is much higher than the units. So that tells me that every person that installs this, or most persons that install this, are already using it 2 or 3 times to solve a problem that they're having here in Tokyo. Yay. So it's working. Now, why me? Well, I live this. I live in Japan. This has happened to me. So I built it because I know very well what it takes or what it feels like to be stuck in this sort of situation. I built the app that I needed years ago in Beijing. I could have found a doctor. I could have healed faster and felt safe. No one should feel alone or lost in a safe country in Japan. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Esteban. Let's get some questions from the audience. Anyone? Yes.
Hi, I was just wondering how you vet what is safe and how you define what safe is.
I'm sorry. Say again, safe?
Oh yeah, how do you vet it? Like confirm that a service is safe, and then how do you define safety?
Oh, yeah. So basically what I'm saying by safe is like safe as in English-speaking services, right? So dining, housing, essentials, and whatnot. So what I mean to say by safe is like English safe-speaking services.
Okay, interesting.
Thank you for
Good.
that.
Anyone else? Yes.
Yeah, thank you. I think the story was amazing. So I would like to know, there's some actually more complicated situations, more than dining or hospital. It's like for the government, like what's a shiyakusho, like doing some government paperwork that sometimes needs more help, which you really require a translator instead of AI translations. How to fill this gap in your app, or like AI translation, I think is everywhere in every kind of app.
Excellent question. Thank you for that. That's actually what I'm thinking about doing next, scaling. But first I need to verify this. But that's exactly my idea. I do want to do that. Shiakusho, I want you to be able to use GoGaijin app to get the actual form delivered to you, filled out, and help and whatnot. So you're ready to do all of those things that you need. Not just Shiakusho City Office, but dentist, doctor, whatnot, hospital. Thank you for that. But yes, I'm already thinking about that.
Okay, let's go Sunshine.
Thank you so much for the presentation, Esteban. One question, why not use Gemini to do the same?
Thank you for that. Thank you, Sunshine. I just got accepted to the Google for Startups. I just got my credits, and that's coming next. Yes! Thank you for that question, Sunshine.
But yeah, sorry, just following up on this. I mean, right now we have ChatGPT, Gemini, many other AI where it's like, okay, I need an English-speaking doctor in near Tokyo Station. Can you find me one? We have all of this coming right away with like feedback from people, etc. What makes GoGaijin different from this?
Thank you. I actually practiced this question. So, the thing with Gemini is that it's not focused on this actual friction moment that the foreigner is actually dealing with. For them to actually scale down to this level doesn't benefit Google at all. But this is the small gap that GoGaijin fills. Because that one moment, I'm at the dentist. Actually, I went to the dentist earlier. And I needed, I used GoGaijin app to actually help talk to the dentist. So, because Google helps everyone. But this is more focused on the actual moment that a foreigner is having to deal with here in Japan. Does that answer your question?
I'll ask follow up later.
Yes, thank you.
Sorry, I don't want to.
Jetson, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I love the presentation. It was very, very cool to see that, single sentences as you go along. What I'm kind of curious about is, because what is missing was how the app worked, right? How does the product run, right? I saw like the initial front landing page, but I did not see how you interacted with it. Is it just a search directory? Does it go into detail? Does it actually provide like specific phrases on how to communicate with those clinics or make appointments, right? So what exactly are you trying to fulfill for the user by downloading your app? Yes, I know the app is interesting. I might, if let's say I'm looking at it for the first time, I might download, I might open, but what am I supposed to expect, right?
Yes, so to answer your question, I actually got some testers in the past couple of days, and they actually gave me the same feedback. And so as I scale the next iteration, this is actually what I'm going to take care of. But yes, it's going to be more focused on actually the situations that they encounter. And it's going to have that helpful phrases and whatnot, and how to deal with those kinds of...
Right. So that's actually what I'm looking for in the presentation, right? Because you did talk about your engagement, people downloading your app. It's okay to talk about it briefly, but I would rather you invest time to actually talk about how to use the app, why you want to download, because this is your customer base, right? This is your pitch, right?
Yes.
So the first thing you want to be able to pitch to is this audience that everybody is excited. The moment you're done with your pitch, they're all going to pull out their phones and download it on the spot. And that's the result you actually want from this.
Understood.
Mm-hmm. No, really great feedback, honestly. He's very right. Everyone here experiences this problem who doesn't speak Japanese in some form or another, right? I'm still struggling with it 2 years in, and I'm definitely going to be a user of this. But the main thing here is I want to talk about your slides. They're very different from the original pitch that I saw, which is good. I think you're going a more minimalist route, but then that leaves a lot of us to fill in the blanks ourselves, right? There's a lot of questions that we need to now figure out in our own mind if you don't add it in the pitch, right? So there's a balance. We don't want to put too much in the slides, but also a little bit more would help in terms of maybe a diagram, like, okay, this is the current process. How does the next process with you, with GoGaijin look, right? What does that look like? I love that you included a hook at the beginning, right? But I think a little bit more practice and a little bit more confidence, I think, would make it land better. For the audience. And yeah, in this type of situation, we have so many people, show of hands would make you feel a little bit more confident, ready to go. Like, damn, everyone has this problem, right? So yeah, great job, Esteban. Feel free to connect with him after. I saw a lot of hands go up with the Q&A. Please send your questions to him at the open networking session. But good job, Esteban. Thank you so much. Thank you, buddy. Good job, good job. All right, next up. Here we go. Yeah, forward back, yeah.
Test. Okay, hi everyone. I'm Javier Mendoza. Show of hands, how many of you installed like a wellness app at the start of this year? Wow, really? No one? Okay, interesting. Okay,
one or two.
Still. So there are over 350,000 wellness apps in the market right now, and data shows that 97% of users that downloaded this app or so will stop using it within the first month. And I have a thought of like why that is the case. I think that like the way wellness is handled right now, like there's like an app for everything. You have like fitness, nutrition, mindfulness, recovery, and then like a habit tracker. And I don't really think that's how like wellness works. And I think that like having an app for everything makes it really difficult for people to keep track of what they have to do. What you really need for like long-term sustained wellness habits is really one cohesive system that like speaks to you, works for you, and doesn't require for you to think like, okay, well, what am I doing for nutrition? Is what I'm eating safe? Okay, does that like work with actually what my goals are fitness-wise? Or am I cutting? Am I just maintaining? Am I trying to succeed in like athletics? But that is what I think is the issue. And I think how wellness really works is like you do a little bit of everything, fitness, nutrition, mindfulness, recovery, consistently over a long period of time. And the expectation isn't that you maintain everything you do, but like across time, habits like form, and you like learn to become the person that you want to become to like accomplish the goals along the way. It's just like doing a little bit of everything, but you do need a little bit of everything, or else I don't think you're gonna accomplish your goals. And that's why I like created WellBody. It's a wellness habit formation app. You pick a goal, and we assign you 3 daily actions. That's it. You pick something, log into the app, and you get your thing in the morning that you're gonna do, maybe something later in the day, and maybe when you get home, you got something else to do or to think about. And I think that when you take wellness into this like easily digestible format, it's much easier for people to actually do things and find habits that like work for them. Our system is to where like you pick a goal, and every single kind of goal has like fitness, nutrition, mindfulness, recovery embedded. Maybe not every single day, but throughout the storyline of your goal progression, you have something that helps you think about things related to your goal that you might not have done if you were like designing your own system yourself. And I think that with 1 week of using the app, you'll pick up a habit. Within 2, you'll start seeing something new about yourself. And within 3, you'll be much closer to accomplishing your goals. And that's like the promise that we make. Where we're at right now is we're live on both the Apple and Android or Google Play Store. The current pricing model is like $199 per month or 300 yen per month. It's a very small price point right now, so we can build some traction, grow users. The goal is to get 500 users within the first 6 months. I'm doing social media content creation along with other distribution channels to grow our user base. And once we grow a user base, I want to, and as we develop more features, I want to increase the price point to $15 per month. But everyone that was part of the 500 users would be grandfathered in at their price point. And in additionally to this $15 price point, I want to do something called like what I'm calling Well Pals, where you can get an account at $25 a month, and that includes like access for 2 other Well Pals, and their account is live for as long as like the main user is active. And I think this forms like some retention built into the app. What we're asking for right now is, or once we hit the traction of 500 users, is $200,000 to expand our engineering and marketing capabilities so we can expand product development. If this is something that's interesting to you, please reach out to me, talk to me here, send me an email. Right now our setup is that we have a USC Corp. I'm a solo founder, but I have like friends in marketing and engineering that are helping me out, but I developed the app myself. I'm doing the selling, I'm doing events like these, and if you're interested in the app, you can scan the QR code will recognize your device and take you to the right store. But yeah, thank you everyone for the time.
Wonderful pitch. Thank you so much, Javier. Okay, anyone have a question for Javier? Please raise your hand. Please raise your hands.
All right, cool presentation, and I kind of really like the idea of like a super app for wellness. Have you considered also through your research what it means for users in terms of privacy? I do understand that there is a lot of users out there who would shy away from a super app, not to say also that there would be users that would not like their wellness data flowing online to someone they don't know.
Yeah, that's a good question. So right now, there's not much personal data we're collecting. We're not doing like any inference at the moment. We're collecting how you act on like maybe certain like actions. We have a journaling feature, but there's like server-side encryption there. But at the moment, there's no like API call to some like AI provider. And there's not much we're collecting. We're not even asking for your name. Just like sign up with the email, your assigned a username. There's really minimal data collection at the moment, to be honest.
Okay, excellent. We have time for one more question. One more question, anyone? Anyone?
Thank you for the presentation. So could you explain again what is the process? Like I set my goal and then the app suggests the 3 tasks that I need to do in that day?
So there's an intake form with like 5 questions where there's an intake process, and then you can select 1 or 2 goals. There's you'll see 15 different goals, 5 per page. So you pick the one that resonates to you, and from there there's a phased goal progression where yes, every day there's 3 tasks that are assigned for you, but you get it you start on a day, but you have the option to even move up phases if you think that what you're seeing is too easy or too difficult for you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Anyone here? Yes, go ahead.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the presentation, Maria. I had one question. I was one of the 2 persons who raised their hand when you asked the question about whoever used the wellness
app. I didn't see the slide, sorry.
Because I've been trying a few times. I'm very bad with routine. I understand, the idea, make it easy, and you have kind of this instant gratification doing it. But what makes it different from other apps who do the same, and how, you showed the example, I'm sure there's many options, but how, walking during my meeting will help me lose 10 kilo or get a 6-pack for summer?
Yeah, so I do think most apps take a fitness, nutrition, mindfulness approach. Maybe there's some integration at times, but I think they're pretty siloed, to be honest. As for how does it actually how's a walking meeting get you to lose weight? This is one example, but biking to work, let's say 30 minutes. I know that's not necessarily an option here in Tokyo so much, but 30 minutes each way, that's a workout. You do that 5 days, you probably will lose 5 kilos in a few months. And so it's really about introducing different actions that might stick in your daily life. And okay, you might have 3 flashcards a day for a goal, that's 21. Even if you do 6 of those, you do it for 5-6 weeks, it's really changing your day-to-day, and I really think you'll accomplish closer to your goals than you would without it.
Awesome. Jetson, anything?
Do you mind?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Thank you for the answer. So, are the goals or the 3-day activity you do in the day, will they adapt to your goal, and how does it work? Is it generated by an AI in the back? Is it pre-registered?
Yeah, so I attempted first at doing on-demand inference, and I didn't like the output, so I had more choreography on the actual phase progression. But depending on user interaction, user feedback, I might go with the baseline I've created, and then use user input to maybe more personalize the week to week. So where you say, I can't bike in Tokyo. You keep telling me to bike. Okay, can you take the stairs up floor 20 or whatever? Okay, now it's more personalized to your day-to-day.
Okay, great answers, man. I really love the fact that you tried to include a hook, but as you see, that type of one backfires, right? Because instead, nobody here did a wellness app, nobody downloaded, but everyone probably made a New Year's resolution, right? So making that hook a little bit more relatable in the sense that maybe some people aren't downloading apps, but they're all making resolutions, right? Something a little bit more general, I think, could relate to your app a bit more and connect a lot better with the audience, I think, would be great for storytelling. And the one last thing, a little bit more body language, I think. You're talking about something that gets you active. I want to see that energy from you, you know what I mean? It would make us want to connect a little bit more, but really great pitch, man. Everyone struggles with habits, right? We have good habits, bad habits. How do we change the habits? This is really relatable, so I'm really looking to see how this progresses. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you very much.
Awesome, man. One round of applause. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you. All right, next up. Here we go, Terrence. You're buddy. Thank you. Yep. Right.
Let's go, guys.
Hashtag. Oh wait, sorry. Before starting, because we have a hashtag challenge, just reminder, please post on the LinkedIn, Facebook later. We're gonna check later.
Awesome.
So please enjoy.
Thank you so much, guys. Yeah.
Hey everyone, thank you for checking this out. My name is Terrence Nugent. I'm the CEO and founder of Pasatech Labs. We are a Kapashiki Gaisha here in Japan, based in the Sunshine Building in Ikebukuro. And we are focused on natural language, and specifically in the XR realm. But we are right now creating a cross-platform NLP platform. And it's going to have a lot of cool tools, and I just want to introduce a few of those. So basically it's going to be 4 different platforms. The app itself is called Mahina, which means moon in the Hawaiian language. I have a personal connection to Hawaii. And yeah, so we basically are going to be creating these NLP, but actually we already have, when I say going to be creating, we're already more than a year into a solid MVP, and we're currently creating our version 2.0 for beta release later this year. But yeah, this is kind of technical stuff. I'm going to skip most of that because the functionality is the important thing. We utilize Spacey and Stanza, which are 2 really solid NLP libraries, and integrate them into these platforms. And I'll kind of explain what exactly this would look like. Yeah, I'm just going to skip over this stuff. Yeah, but the principle of the app itself is NLP times utility. So NLP is kind of a predecessor to AI and stuff, but originally it is just like text analysis. Sorry, I'm not speaking too. So basically, a text analysis can be used for all different sorts of things. Specifically, we want to offer computational linguistic tools to people in real-time scenarios. And also, yeah, that would involve speech and also text-based tools. This stuff I'm going to kind of just run through really quickly because it's not too important, but we offer romanization, transcription, and transliteration tools. And going through the trying to differentiate, disambiguate those ones is a little bit tricky, but you don't really have to worry about that. The only thing you guys would have to worry about is understanding that romanization and transliteration are pretty similar, but actually, yeah, I'm going to skip this because it is a little bit pedantic, but the important thing is that our company name, Pasatech Labs, is spelled P-H-A. Most people think it's pronounced Fasatech or Phasatech or something, but it comes from the Thai language. So just like this word, T-H, but it's not pronounced Feb, it's pronounced Tep. So that would be an example of transliteration, where you're converting the language as is, including the original language's quirks, or not quirks, but specific linguistic morphological information. So yeah, we are specifically focused in the XR space, and our flagship app is on the for Apple Vision Pro, the Vision OS platform. And as I was saying earlier, Stanza and Spacey are our 2 main NLP libraries we're using. We offer the most fundamental NLP tags, specifically stuff like IPA, International Phonetic Alphabet, POS, parts of speech, etymology, morphological information, lemmatization, all different sorts of stuff if you guys are into NLP. So finally, I just want to show you what it actually looks like. This is an example of version 1.0, so we made a lot of different changes since then. But this is just the main menu. Oh, shoot. Okay. I had a feeling this might. Just gonna skip. Perfect, yeah. So this is kind of an example of some of our tools. As you can see, there are input language, output language, and then we have on these colored rings here, you can select your mode. And we have many different modes, and this is all in real time. And we've currently implemented the speech pipeline. We changed from WebSocket to RTC, so it's even faster now. So under 500 milliseconds, so industry-leading speech tools. And also the APIs that we use are also providing linguistic information in real time. That kind of funky looking thing up above, that is Chinese IPA, which is pretty interesting linguistic tool to look at if you guys are the type of linguistic analysts who might want to use this app. Finally, just a little bit about us. We're based in the Sunshine 60 building. And yeah, that's it.
All right, thank you so much, Terrence. Anyone have a question for him? Yes, here. Yeah, oh, brilliant. One second. Excuse me.
Hi, Terrence. It's a great presentation. It's refreshing to see. I would call this a dev tool, would you say? And it sounds like you have a bit of pride into your product. It is from the functionality, seems like it's been going well. And it would be nice to have some confidence in that because it is a cool product. I'm curious, or I would love to see more the current demand of tools like these in the pitch and really why you started to fill in these gaps. What are the current solutions the XR industry have and why you think it's important that you're building this right now?
Thank you. Yeah, well, personally, just a little bit about my background. I have a background in like applied linguistic type things, specifically like linguistic type specialties. I studied mixed script Korean back in college, which is like a technical language study of Korean language. And so yeah, it's just linguistics has always been a part of my life, and I figured that this actual app is the brainchild of just my personal ambitions for NLP because, sorry, basically, yeah, my whole idea was like, as I was learning Japanese and other languages, still am, you know, it does take a little bit of time to pull out your phone and look up a word, and at the very basic concept with an app like this, you can use eye tracking in the Vision OS interface to just look up a word.
Awesome.
And we've done a lot of work in the back end to make sure that we have robust dictionaries and also NLP library integration for super fast and accurate information for 30 plus languages right now.
Great, awesome. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, very cool product. I also come from an NLP background. I was one of the first people building Siri for Asia. Of course, you know, the advancements of NLP right now is really advanced. However, I think in the form of a pitch, I would rather focus on the use case of this product, right? You know, I think the beginning of it is very technical, which I think you could put at the back when you have additional time. I would rather focus now on how your NLP product works and how it applies to XR and why XR is necessary for the use case of your product. I would imagine it's also applicable in other mediums as well, not just in XR. So it's about how do you actually apply it to the masses, right? How do people actually relate to the use case of your product? And then secondly, focusing on the speed of it was actually a very good key unique value proposition. So maybe talking about its use case of today, leveraging your product as opposed to other existing translation or transliteration products, or how you tokenize words is very, very useful. But very good job. Thanks.
Sensei, anything or no? Good. All right. It's very clear that you know a lot about this subject, Terrence.
Thank you.
Right? The problem is we all don't.
Sure.
Right? So there's a lot of jargon that went way over some of our heads. Where in a pitch like this in front of an audience that is not NLP, savvy, we need to see more of that video. Actually, who loved that video? That was very interesting, right? Look at all that, right? You have potential users there they'll get it Apple Vision Pro and be like, I want to download this thing because it's going to help me, in my daily life. So focus on that. If you go into a technical interview with investors, NLP, people who are knowledgeable of that, then use some of that jargon in the appendix or something. But for a crowd like this, we've got to really adjust the pitch. And then also, eye contact, right? I'll say it again and again. Like when you guys see a founder looking at this, right? You're already looking at your phones, right? So we want to be able to connect with you and see your passion in your eyes, right? So, hello? Hi. Okay. So guys, all the founders up here, let's remember to look at the audience. These are your potential customers, all right? I know it's a little scary. I know it's a little nervous. Give them a round of applause, right, for coming up here and being brave and getting out there, right? Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Thank you, buddy. All right, next up is, oh no. Oh no. Oh. I think it dropped and then, did it turn back on?
Check this out.
Yeah, can we check it? Sorry about that, guys. We're just checking it real quick.
Maybe go with this for bits.
Okay, next one is Eric S. Eric, come on up. Give him a round of applause, guys. I'll tell me when to go next, and I'll do the slides because the thing. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Ready? Or you want to go here? Okay. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm not sure where to say it.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Are you going to change or you want me to?
No, you can go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
Hey everyone. How many of you struggle with throwing away trash in Japan? Everyone? I'm pretty sure everyone. Even Japanese struggle. Why is that though? Why do we struggle? That's because we're trying to tackle a 21st century problem with 19th century tech. I mean, think about it.
Microphone.
I'm sorry.
Near your mouth.
Yeah, sorry. Wave my hand too much. So think about it. Trash cans haven't evolved since they first rolled out. They're still kind of stupid bins, right? So we really need them to start pulling their weight in this digital age. So that's why we're giving trash cans a brain. So, but we're not even sure if we're going to make it in time. The reason is in Japan, there's a double crisis. Right now, Scope 3 for ESG reporting has just come into effect this year. It's coming into effect this year. So that means we have to do double the work, but we're doing it with half the labor because in just a few years, they're literally dying out. So we have to automate. We have to find a solution. Our solution is Mugomi Snap. So it's a hardware that fits into existing trash can. So it's lightweight, you just snap it on, and it connects. There's no destruction, there's no delay, there's no downtime, and it bypasses those pesky budget committee meetings. So it also smartifies these bins at half the cost, fraction of the cost of a regular smart bin that take up a lot more space. In addition to the Mugomi Snap though, we also offer kind of a big boy. This is actually the full replacement, the full smart bin. And this is what we call the Gundam of trash cans. It automatically sorts, separates, cleans, and compacts trash. And it's simple. You just throw it away and forget it. It's simple, just like our business plan. We have a 3-layer stack where we have hardware, we land with the hardware. We have high volumes and with instant benefits. So we increase productivity by over 30%. And then we expand with increasing our SaaS by going to the pro tier. This we approach for the sustainability officers, where they see they can reduce not just the cost of labor, but also the cost of compliance. Then we use all the data we collect throughout these years to monetize. That's where we have data as a service. Right now, hundreds of billions of dollars are spent on point of sale data. Right now, there's no data available for post-POS. That's where we come in. We actually provide that data at the point of disposal. We know exactly what's coming in, where it's coming in, how much is coming in, and what brands are being mixed together. So, whereas our product can be targeted to a lot of customers, we're focusing on two specifically, two segments. First are the integrated facilities managers. These have the double crisis. They have the labor crisis and the ESG panic. Second, we're looking at vending machine operators. These are very unique in Japan. There are almost 3 million vending machines in Japan. And if you've seen, most of them have these little trash cans next to them. The problem is, over 30% of the waste in there is considered contamination. It's bento boxes or wrappers or something that's not a bottle or can. So we developed what we call the O-Snap, which is a special version of the Snap that fits on all these universally. It actively rejects waste, keeping these bins clear. So instead of paying money to dispose of these in waste, the companies actually get revenue from selling them as recyclables. This opens up a huge opportunity for us. So globally, it's 2 trillion yen. And with Japan alone, that's about 10% of that. Our conservative sum for that in the next 3 years of operation is about 2.3 billion yen. And that's because we sit at the top of a blue ocean. Smart trash cans are a relatively new invention. And so it's kind of bifurcated. On one side, you have the intelligent machines. These are the smart trash cans that sort for you. But they're super expensive, and they take years to actually get past budget committees. The other ones are highly scalable, but they give you almost no data. It's like, oh, here's a fill level. I mean, what are you going to do with that? You really need to have all the data, like what's coming in for actually be compliant with ESG. So we sit at the apex of both of those. And we've done this with a shoestring budget of about 3 million yen. We did this because we have contractors who are dedicated and have a passion for what we're doing. And we've also found other partners who have share the same passion. Sunaku, for example, we have a couple of partners there who are letting us get real world data to build our model. We have a collaboration with Shibata IT for validating our tech, and then also with KO for a behavior analysis pilot starting in March. Also, I work at Soracom for 5 years, and so we have them as a strategic advisor and now a T-Connectivity partner. Our roadmap is pretty simple. So pilots in 2027, then 2028 we expand, we upsell the SaaS, and 2029 we start using the data as a service. We're asking for 60 million yen to start, and this is going to be a mix of debt and equity, in addition to any grants that we raise, such as the Neto grant. And now that my pitch has ended, I thank you for joining, but the revolution has just started, and I hope you'll join me in automated waste for this.
All right, thank you so much, Eric. Let's get a question for Eric. Anyone have a question?
Thanks for your pitch, super interesting. I was wondering if you expect more of your revenue to come from the recurring revenue side or the hardware sales.
Thank you, yes. Recurring revenue, especially up front. So for the hardware, we are specifically targeting low-cost hardware. So that's how we kind of land first, and we start getting a lot of those in there. And then the SaaS is where we actually build up our revenue, but then once we actually get the data, in year 3, we have to start selling it to these CPGs and to municipalities. Maybe you're not aware, in Japan they have what they call a waste audit, and they spend a lot of money for people to manually pick out random waste, open them up, categorize all the waste, and then give reports. So we essentially automate that process for a fraction of the cost. So that's how we plan to.
Awesome. Anyone else from the audience? We have time for one more. One more. Anyone at all? All good? Okay. Next over here. Yep.
Thank you for the presentation. One question to go back to the basis. How does it work?
How does it work? The reason I didn't put any pictures of it up yet is because we are currently in the middle of filing an IP, so I can't give too many details on that. But at a high level, it snaps. So we have 2 models, the snap and the O-snap. So the O-snap is specifically for those bins. You have the circular bins, the circular holes, right, for the cans. And so that one snaps on, it has a universal fit, so it can snap on any of them. And then the other one is snaps on essentially any of the standard, I'm trying to look for one, standard trash cans, that have just a regular hole for more going, more not going.
Okay.
And the O-snap actually will kind of prevent contamination from coming in. So it actually has like a gate to stop that.
Yeah, I think the idea is really cool. A lot of people are trying to address the problem of mixed waste, right, and trying to separate them. But I think where you mentioned about you're going through a pattern application right now is also potentially a bait towards your pitch, right? So you do not have to show the actual product, but showcasing a visualization of how the product functions is very critical to get people to understand what you're actually building, right? So you talked about separation of waste and stuff, it's a lot of text. And sometimes investors and people, the audience that you're pitching to will eventually just lose an idea of what you're trying to pitch towards without any visualizations to help guide them along the way. So I think even without showing the actual product, just drawing it out, making some skeletal kind of frame is good enough to get a better buy-in.
Appreciate it, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, this is the 3rd time that he's done a pitch at Pitch It Connect, and along the way, each time it's getting better and better. So keep on making these improvements that you're getting feedback from the audience and also us. I think you're going to be, in a much better spot. With regards to this pitch, like Jetson was saying, more visuals help. Diagram, flow charts, right? The current process, what's happening, how much money are we losing or whatever, and then what will the new process be? We need to visually be able to understand it because I'm sure everyone here has questions. How is this going to work? Because we throw stuff out, sometimes there's a little bit of residue left over. It's like, that's not going to work. It needs to be cleaned. How are you going to clean it? Those type things. So getting us to visually understand it will be really good. And then what else? Again, a little bit slower, right? Speaking, and then the microphone, obviously, to help everyone online hear your pitch will help a lot. But hey, really good improvements, man. Keep it up because I think you're going, in the right direction. So good job. Let's go. All right, man. Next up, Eric. Eric. You're gonna have to click here. All right. Yes. Excellent. Ready?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Eric Yu. I'm co-founder and COO of RightClick, an AI-accelerated social assistant that helps people deepen social connections in real life. A moment on social connections. It matters that we have social connections. We die earlier if we don't have social connections. We are also facing a societal issue worldwide around a lack of social connections. And it's only going to get worse. In Japan alone, by 2050, we forecast 44% or so of households will be single occupancy. In Tokyo, I'd probably hazard a guess, it's probably more like 50%. Now, it's such an issue, the WHO and the Japan Cabinet Office have designated an imperative that they are going to try and address this. Social connections are based around the structure of how do we have social connections, that's quantity, as it were. The function, there's a reason why we connect with people, isn't there? You know, what is that reason? And the quality, does that make me happy? Was it purposeful and satisfying all at the same time? Now, humans have evolved to survive around social connections, and we've got loads of reasons to talk to each other and connect with each other. The real common thing about this is that gifts can actually form a central part of this. At RightClick, our vision is to enable individuals to surprise and delight each other through personalized gifts using AI to help that. And the way that we're thinking about RightClick is that we want to take the burden out of all of these events that takes really talented people to go from Valentine's Day to Christmas to an anniversary. And that burden around the administrations, that's a structural piece. The functional piece around just the cognitive burden of what do I buy, but then also following through on where could we meet in real life too. There's a reason to meet there. It gives us an anchor around that. And the quality, and that's really important. Who's had gifts that they don't really know what to do with? There's another statistic as well that I read about, somewhere about 30 to 40% of gifts given in France over Christmas were just given away somewhere or regifted. So we're trying to stop that too. The app itself is easy as 1, 2, 3 to use. Create a contact or import your contacts, tag people around for your social connections in the app, and record their interests and tap some dates that might be of interest to you. The app does the rest itself. It'll remind you, it'll give you some generic gift reminders when the time comes. After that, if the user wants to interact with the app, they can have a chat with an AI agent to tell them a little bit more about the friend or the person or the connection that they're trying to buy something for. And then it goes on to actually integrate with other restaurant booking apps and platforms so that we can meet for real. Now, who might use this? I'll pick on Michiko here. She's successful in business. She met Takashi a couple of years ago, and she's just remembered Takashi's got his 5th anniversary for his new company that he started. It's a good time to reconnect. Let's buy him something, let's reach out, and let's find somewhere to catch up over dinner, coffee, or whatever it is you might choose. And who knows, there might actually be some business at the end of this. Her secret is that she has an assistant to do this legwork for her. But RightClick democratizes this. And why are we interested in this market? We've got 2 tailwinds in Japan specifically through 2030. E-commerce is forecast to grow double-digit, that's 18.4% growth, and in-app purchasing is also going to grow by 13.4% at latest forecasts. In 2017, the gift-giving segment alone in Japan for commerce accounted for 7 trillion yen, but in total, the total market was worth 617. Where we're at, we have developed our POC app today. Where we'd like to get to is to develop it for a subscription model for end users to actually be able to give gifts for their friends, but go beyond that to tune for specific agentic AI at higher value events like anniversaries and so forth, and ultimately reach our B2B audience with retailers. Take a look for yourself.
Great, great pitch. All right, anyone have questions? Yes. Go ahead.
Thanks a lot for the presentation. I really liked it. I had two questions. The first one is, do you bring your own contacts to the app, or the idea is that you meet people through the app? That's number one. And the second one is there any reason why you're focusing both like in the gifts and in the events part? Why not maybe just focusing on one of them, finding product market fit, and then trying to go for the other one?
I'll break down your question into, there's two questions in one. But yes, people can import their contacts, or they can create their own contacts. I think there was a question earlier about privacy. So there's an element of that. Some people might want to keep things separate. Obviously, there's different audiences. So obviously from a user perspective, they may wish to segregate a little bit. And from a kind of solution problem fit perspective, we're working on that, and we're really wanting to actually get the funding to actually solve for some of these specific users and audiences, because they're going to have slightly different uses and needs for that as well. But what we've currently got today is very baseline, just to prove that it works and gives people an idea of where we're going with it. Does that answer your question?
Awesome.
At least partially. Yeah.
Question over here.
Thank you so much. I worked on very similar ideas a few years ago. So I encountered a question I want to ask you, that how do you show people, prove people that this recommendation works?
That's a good question. I think the way that we're looking at this, that we're not going to, obviously the IP that we'd be developing would be the algorithm that sits and underpins the AI, right? So the only way that we're going to be able to do that is through a process of learning. Right now, I can't answer that question, but I'm pretty sure that with all of the AI brainiacs that we have, we're definitely going to get there. And I think you have to think about it back towards, it doesn't need to be perfect, it needs to be good enough, because ultimately in the end, what we're trying to do is we're trying to have people not have to contend with picking from an ocean of gifts. It's to shortlist and downlist, and that's actually what takes a lot of that cognitive burden. So perfection is not what we're shooting for here.
Okay, nice honest answer, guys, over here.
Yeah, thanks for our presentation. It looks pretty cool. So the first thing, I'll go light first. I have two questions. First thing is, as they said, right, how do you personalize the gifts? I think that part I was really hoping to hear a very good answer, because I think we have Amazon, we have Temu, right? We already are able to build user understanding through its own AI and its pool of usage data to understand consumer behavior, right? So if Amazon is not able to give a really great gift idea, what makes your AI able to do better than them? Second point is that, does everyone really want to receive gifts? Have you researched into that, right? Because I think there are a lot of crowds today, we're always going on e-commerce websites and then figuring out what we want to buy. We don't even know what we want to buy, right? So when somebody gives a gift to us and then we're like, I didn't need this, or I live in a very small house in most of Japan, and now I have something extra that I don't really want. So now, does this really solve a social problem, right? And can I ask the second question before I answer?
Go ahead.
Yeah. And the second point is, during your initial part of the pitch, you did say it's an AI assistant to deepen social connections. The first thing that came to my head was that you are using AI to improve the communication on your chats. Right? I was getting a bit excited. I was thinking, hey, maybe you're helping people to converse, right? Because some people are awkward in messaging. They don't know how to keep in touch or communicate. Maybe I generate a message to just keep in touch with your mom or your dad or your grandfather or your best friend that you lost contact with 20 years ago. And when it switched to gifts, I was left a little bit, right? So it's also good to give a very good idea from the beginning and consider what you're actually pitching towards. But go ahead now.
Again, probably another partial answer, but I think the way that we're approaching this is obviously with a lot of the marketplaces. Yes, they have a wealth of data. Obviously, it's from a perspective of as being a retailer, right? The way that we are coming at it, and you may disagree, is what we're solving for is to try and take people end to end in that process, which those platforms don't. And second is obviously it's from the giver's perspective that data is collected, whereas we're trying to look at it and have the user put in more of the perspective from the recipient, so a bit more of a recipient-centered approach. If that makes sense.
Awesome. Good, thanks for that answer. I'll just be really, really quick with my feedback. Really good presentation skills. I think that your voice, your tone, your eye contact, body language was really good. Love the slides. I think they're very clear. A little bit about what Jetson was saying, storytelling. Really start with, I think, a hook saying, like, how many people here find it hard to give a gift? Right? Because the connection, the human connection part, and that, I think, is a little fuzzy. But I know what you're trying to do, but it's a little fuzzy at that beginning. If you really want to connect with an audience like this who might be your customers, that will hit home a little bit better because it makes more sense in that, you know what I mean? But really good job with your pitch. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much. Yep. Thank you so much, buddy. All right, next up. Abhishek, here we go. Guys, we only have 3 more left, okay? So this is the third to last one. Yep, here we go.
Do you know in next 5 years, AI is gonna handle 350 million customer calls every single day? Faster, smarter, and cheaper than any human being. So, who will win this market? Hi everyone, I am Abhishek, a serial entrepreneur and founder of One Inbox. My journey started as a call center operator when I was just 18 years old. I built a fully bootstrapped, profitable call center as a service company and scaled it to over 500 clients across the globe. While working across different industries, I found a striking problem in real estate. Meet Sherwoods. It's a real estate company and also a user of One Inbox. They spend $50,000 every year in marketing to generate tens and thousands of leads. They also spend $30,000 every year to convert those leads into appointment, but the results are very poor, and they are not alone. Over $75 billion of commission sales are lost to competitors simply because no one calls back their lead on time. A Harvard study shows that there is an 80% chance of getting an appointment if you call back your lead within 5 minutes. But it drops down by 400% if you just delay for more 5 minutes. That's insane. To solve this problem, we built an AI sales assistant that gathers lead from multiple sources, instantly calls and qualifies the lead with a human-like voice AI, and then books an appointment with a real human agent. And the results are phenomenal. Sherwood got 20% of the leads into appointment with just $10,000 cost, which is actually 30x ROI compared to their traditional process. But I know what you guys are thinking. A lot of voice AI company last year popped up. It's a very hot space right now. But there's an interesting fact. Only 3 companies in the voice AI space worldwide. Why? Because you simply can't sell a tool to a real estate agent online. It requires a real sales and distribution skill to penetrate deep into the market. And that's why we have crossed $500,000 ARR with striking 6x growth in last 3 months, completing over 2.5 million calls, AI calls from our platform. The secret sauce is actually the team itself. We got deep domain experience from call centers and we bring that experience in our agentic platform, which shows the results. We are like chameleon. We are adaptable by nature and we have adapted from a horizontal AI to vertical AI in just 3 weeks. We built a strong, profitable foundation with just $100,000 in hand. And both of our team and our product are built to learn anything, not only real estate. Real estate is just a starting point, and we will be the global leader in the voice AI space by proving our approach delivers superior results across industries. And that's already being validated, with over $5 million in our pipeline, which is soon going to be in production very soon with the enterprise from different sectors across industries. And that's why Suzuki has ranked as the #1 voice AI company in the market, comparing with other YC companies raised 40 million plus and still not able to compete with us. We are raising $2 million right now, and our goal is to get $10 million ARR in next 12 months. Our investors are Upeka and Techstars, and also few prominent figures from the industry. So please scan this QR code to experience our voice AI in action, and thank you for listening to me.
Wow, very, very good. Okay, anyone have some questions? Questions at all? Anyone have a question for him? Going once? No questions? What? It was very clear? Okay, here we go.
Why are you here? You're like, totally successful. So I don't.
Not really. Thank you. I'll consider it as a compliment.
Okay, one question over here, yep.
Do you have a demo that you can show us?
Yeah, you can scan this QR and can talk with the AI right now with the voice AI, so you can try it.
Anyone else, any questions, really quick? Yeah, please.
Thank you so much. I'm just curious about the fundamental technology behind your guys' product. Are you guys in the AI speech tool creation industry, or what exactly are you guys creating?
So we built our own orchestration layer, basically text-to-speech, LLM, and speech-to-text all together in a very low latency environment. As we know that as a call center industry, the latency matters because you are actually being a customer-facing role, and we built our orchestration layer because from the call center experience we had, we know that exactly what we need to have in our layer. So it's not really a model from scratch, but we bring the right model in the right place to make it sound human-like, and then basically moving forward to build our own speech-to-speech model in future. But for now, we are having a Cascade layer, which works as an orchestration engine.
Awesome, great feedback. Okay. Oh, we have one over here. Yeah, really quick, yeah.
Thank you, this is a really nice presentation. So I guess your solution is for inbound marketing. Do you have any thoughts on outbound? Is this just not worth it? How would this work with your tool?
So basically, we have seen that the companies we are working with, they spend a lot in the marketing already, and they are getting their leads, what they are looking for. So why still the conversion is so low? Because their team members are calling those leads in the next day or in the next week, and by the time the customer lost the interest. So as we build this AI engine, the customer gets the call as soon as they press the submit button in their lead generating form, and they are right now hot, so they spend time to answer all the questions, and then we took the advantage of the customer being hot and booked the appointment with the right person.
Awesome. Feedback from the judges, yes?
Yeah, so I'm really happy you quashed the immediate question about the red ocean market with all the voice AI agents. My cousin and another few friends of mine are all doing the exact same voice AI. So one thing I'm actually quite curious to know is, what actually makes your product able to overcome all the other competitors? I understand you're really great at execution, and you already have reaching 10 million ARR. It's amazing, congratulations. But how are you going to retain that lead, right? Because everybody's going to find a unique value proposition. I was looking to hear that. I did not really catch that in the pitch.
Yeah. So that lies in my domain experience, because being from the call center, we exactly know how to engage with the customer. It's not a latency game. Everybody is rushing to bring 300 milliseconds or 500 milliseconds. It's actually how you engage with the customer. You really don't need a big large language model. You can have a small language model, and you can just train to how to converse rightly with the customer. So this is more towards the approach, the way we are taking the client, and that's where other companies, even they have their own model, they are not able to compete.
And then what about the mediums of engagement? Is it just voice, or you looking at
not in box. We started with voice, but we built all the communication channel together in a single place.
Okay, cool.
All good. Okay, start to finish, really great presentation. Slides, your skills, everything like that. There's one thing in your pitch I would change, and that's, you had said something on, I think this slide here. This one, I think, or something about your competitors, where you're better than them. I would not do that. And the reason why is because even though it's true, right, let the numbers speak for itself, because we don't want us to, you don't want the audience to seem, oh, you're too cocky or confident, right? Your confidence was good. I don't think you are that, right? I think that you're really, you know what you're doing and you have the numbers to back it up, but let those speak for itself when you're on stage. But overall, great pitch. I can't really say much because you've clearly done this a bunch, and you really, the numbers don't lie. So great stuff, man. Great stuff. Yep. Awesome. Good job. All right, next up, Munir. All right, buddy, ready? Okay.
Hello, everyone. My name is Munir, and what I love to do is solving problems in education. Nowadays, it's no longer a secret, but a lot of people, a lot of students have a strained relationship with the school for this following reason. Usually, they believe they don't cut out for that. They are not able to reach this university or do the job they want, right? To better understand this big problem, where this big problem comes from, let's take an example from your daily life. If you pay attention to the door handle you use to close the door of your home before coming here, you will notice it's designed to fit perfectly on your hand, right? Without any discomfort. And the same applies to all the objects around us, like the chair you are sitting in, your shoes, your car, and so on. But now can you imagine like the door handle of your bedroom being pyramid shaped like that and extremely difficult to hold? No company would even consider it because it would be just absurd. And you know why? Just by looking at a concrete object like a door handle or a chair, you can easily know if it suits to you or not, which is not the case for the brain. There is a question about that. Why do we design door handles, objects to fit to our hands and not knowledge to fit to our brains? It's a big dilemma because there is one and only gold rule about the brain functioning, it's brain love to learn. So if one side we have like the symptoms, like we say before, students are not enough like to reach this university, at the same time like the brain love to learn. The brain should not have to adapt to knowledge, that's the totally opposite. Knowledge should be fit to our brain, and that's specifically what I developed so far. So concretely, this is like an alternative school. I'm at the prototype stage at the moment, and it's a framework called CLR. C for conditioning, L for language, and R for reasoning. So concretely, C for conditioning. I create an environment that contributes to encourage risk-taking, creativity, productivity, and making mistakes. And this goal of the step of the framework, it's like to release the energy we need to study any topics, for example, chemistry, economy, mathematics, and so on. Then the second step, it learn L for language. Not understanding, as for example, an instruction or an explanation, it's an handicap you can carry for a lifetime. That's why through special games, we train like the students to define on their own like an unfamiliar word or an abstract word with a balance between creativity and rigor, creativity and accuracy. The goal of that is to eradicate definitely like the linguistic ambiguous. And the last step is R for reasoning, and that's the main element of the framework, which is mean that train the children to think logically and using like the basic principles of the framework. I don't have the time to develop all the principles there, but one of these is, for example, for the math. If to ask what a daily life need this math chapter help solve. And by the time you will be able to like break down complex problem as well in the school field as well in their professional life. So because I'm currently at the stage like of the prototype, I'm looking for a local co-founder who is very common for the Japanese market and also open-minded to to like develop a new way to teach, a new way to learn. Thank you so much.
All right, I think, Munir, you did a pitch without the slides, so I think you forgot, but it's okay. Anyone have questions for him? Questions? Anyone at all? Questions? Anyone? No? 5, 4, 3, yes. Okay, Monica.
Thank you very much for the presentation. My question is, what kind of school were you thinking of? Where would you like to implement such? Are these private schools, or I understand that it's 6 to 12 as the age, but what kind of specific schools were you envisioning? Thank you.
It's an interesting question. It's a private school I would like to create and to customize regarding the need of each student, using like a scalable framework to like increase their level of flexibility and adaptability as well for the school right now and in their professional life, I guess.
Okay, excellent. Any other questions? Anyone else? Anyone else? If not, we'll go to Sunshine.
Thank you, Munir, for the presentation. Education is like a very complicated topic. I think, people have expectation. There's like an image of how school, education, university, etc. should be, especially in Japan, I think. How do you plan or expect, to be able to break through like Japanese standards, gain visibility, and be accepted? There's a lot about certification. Recently we've seen a bit more like new schools kind of trying new method, but it's very hard for them to be accepted as a school. How do you plan to tackle this issue?
Interesting question. That's why I'm looking for like a person who is very common to the Japanese culture, and before like my market research, that's what I want to validate with him or her. And I recently talked with different I'm a volunteer in like a different school in Tokyo, so I had a lot of feedback about that. And what I get from them, it's like nowadays, like the Japanese government trying to be more flexible and increase the creativity in their school. So I think it could be fit to my project, I guess.
Okay.
I like to be positive.
Yeah, exactly. One more, yeah.
Yeah. So as Sunshine also mentioned, like it's a very complicated topic, right? So it's not easy to just build a school and then match it to the masses, right? Also at the same time, Japanese education system is quite rigid, right? So there are a lot of new schools out there, right? Nearby we have the Innovation Fellowship, which is more of an entrepreneur building school for ages 13 and above,
okay,
right? And I think what's really good is to probably talk to some of these new schools that are trying to change the system and figure out what works for them and what doesn't, right? If you want, I also can connect you to the founder there. The thing is that you talked about the concepts, right? But I haven't actually got to see what the direction you're bringing the education towards. So I can tell you're still very early stage, but it's good to give a very much clearer idea of where you're trying to get the kids towards. Because at this point it sounds like a Montessori, right? Why do you want to go from there? What are you really going to change in the system?
Yeah, for the next speech, I will prepare like a concrete example, I promise.
Okay.
And then it will be more concrete.
Good, yes. And Munir was actually a last-minute addition to Pitch and Connect. So I think if you had more time to put everything together, storytelling-wise, we'd be able to connect a bit more. When you're just up here talking without using visual aids, it's kind of hard for us to follow along and understand storytelling-wise, right? Okay. So hopefully by the next Pitch and Connect, you have some more visuals we can follow your story along, see what the current situation is here in Japan and what problems you're specifically trying to solve. Because I think anywhere around the world, this might be an issue. It's just what specific issue in Japan are you trying to solve here if you're trying to start a company here, right? And having that as a big problem statement with a hook that we can all relate to and really understand. I'm a teacher, I understand this problem, right? But maybe some of these people don't. So we need to, connect with them visually and storytelling wise. But good start, man. It takes a lot of guts to get up here, right, guys? Excellent. Thank you so much, man. All right, last and certainly but not least, we have Yokoyama-san. Come on up. Yes.
Thank you.
Excellent. After this, we're going to be doing the voting. Okay, guys? So Yokoyama, take it away. Yeah, you have to, I'm sorry, to the right, sorry. Yeah, we lost the clicker, sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. My name is Yokoyama Go, and I am a university student. My name is Yokoyama Go, and I am a university student. Every weekday, I go to university by bus, but there is a big, huge problem, and I also many students face it every time, every morning, every afternoon to commute from university to home or from home to university. That's really long bus line.
Oh my God.
That's really long, isn't it? Like it's normal. It's crazy, isn't it? Like you see, this is a bus. Even far away, just small. That bus. That's one bus. You can imagine how long that line is. And it happens every morning. On average, I have to wait almost 30 minutes for one line every time. I would like to solve this problem by ride sharing one taxi. You see, like normal bus ticket costs around 260 yen, and by splitting one share with 4 people, you can save almost 500 yen to commute. Yeah, this is a problem on long bus line. And yeah, that's my idea to solve this problem. It's much comfortable than bus because, after the long line, even if you could take a bus, you see many crowded, you have to put yourself in crowded bus box. Like every morning, Yamanote line, you might be experiencing. It happens also. It also happens in bus. Then yeah, my idea is connecting people that wishes to take a share ride on a taxi, and I send it to a taxi company. Then passenger will pay taxi fare as always, like as normal as sharing ride with your friends. Then I request money to taxi operator for gathering passengers to make a profit. This is my idea of business model. You see, there's many legal limitation in area of transportation, and this model might not make much money, but I think it's worth it for doing because it solves transportation problem. The reason why I am standing here talking is I would like to receive pieces of advice or insight about transportation if any of you have one, and practice my pitching. Well, yeah, this is impact. We can say 85% of time. Okay. Yeah. You can call a taxi within 5 or 10 minutes. It's much shorter than waiting for a really, really long bus line. Even if the price to transportation to move from university to a station costs twice, it's worthy for passengers to pay because it saves time and it guarantees our comfortability to move. Yeah, that's my opinion. Yeah, thank you so much for listening.
All right, very relatable problem I think we all have. Esteban, yes, we got a question over here, yeah.
So I wanted to ask, the bus ride to your university, how much time does that take?
In bus, I spent 15 minutes or 30 minutes. But before that, really long line.
So yeah, I think you're missing that too. Like, so if you took a taxi, that would actually shorten the time, so you could add like another 10 minutes. So you would be saving 40 minutes, I think, maybe. That would help. That's just my advice. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Excellent. Anyone else?
Thanks a lot for the presentation. I was curious, have you thought about like the strategy for you to start? Would you focus on the taxi operators or you go for the users first and try sort of the need through the users?
Can you speak slower, please?
Yeah, sorry about that. Would you focus on selling this idea to the taxi operators first or would you go first with the users?
Yeah, that's a question I want to ask everyone. So yeah, I think, this is brand new business model and no other company did it before. So that's why taxi company doesn't want to start new taking new legal risk. I think the first customer I approach is passengers, and I collect passenger for free and send it to taxi company. Then at a certain point, like after 3 months, I request money to taxi operator, I suppose, especially taxi operator that is, small or at risk or bankruptcy. That's my plan.
Interesting. Good. Please.
Thank you for the presentation, Go. I have two main angles I want to tackle. The first one is there's a company in Japan called Near Me. They actually tried to launch ride pooling a few years back, and one of the main issues they had was people in Japan don't want to share a taxi with people they don't know. And this is one of the big problems they had, and this is why they changed their business model to carpooling from the airport only. So they only do like Narita and Haneda. So how would you work around this? Like, would people, especially students, agree to share a car with stranger? Would like girls be okay sharing a car with guys they don't know? Which is one of the main issue. And this is the main one actually.
Okay, yeah, here's one quickly. In Niami, the starting point differs. Like I stand here to go to airport, and the other is standing here. Then taxi peak is one passenger to airport. But in this model, the starting point and the arriving point is only one-to-one, and main passengers are always university students, right? You see, like unlike Niami, you don't have to share with some unknown people. Like at least the person I'm sharing ride with is a same university student. That's what was I think. Did I make myself understood?
Yeah, it's a fair point. It's students who might be more okay sharing it with other students. And another question I wanted to tackle is one 30-minute bus ride is what, 200 yen?
Yeah.
A 30-minute taxi ride is maybe 3,000, 4,000 yen.
Yeah.
So it will be faster, but also a lot more expensive. And usually students don't have much money, so they try to save everywhere. Do you think people would use it if they have to pay 600, 700 yen for their ticket instead of 200 yen?
Well, I think students are using, because in a long bus ride, I invite some of friends, I mean like some of passenger, which I don't know, like if I hear, hey, let's share taxi ride, and they are happy to do so.
Okay.
That's why they will use it for certain. I'm very confident with that.
Quick question, have you done that before? Have you done that before? Have
Yeah,
you?
many times.
You've done it many times?
Yeah.
Oh, then that's validation right there, right?
The sexy guy.
Yeah, really quickly. Yeah.
I know you're out of time, but the reason I want to give feedback is because I actually built this platform before.
Before?
Yeah, back in 2015. It's called Get Me to Work, and I launched it in Taiwan and Malaysia. There were many other carpooling apps before, even Grab had Grab Pool, Uber had Uber Pool, right? The challenge behind these pool share products is timing and logistics, right? So being able to solve the problem when, in the case where you're standing in line, everybody sees each other, so you build a certain level of trust. But without that, you don't know who's this person you're matching with. Second point is also with the regards to timing, right? Are you ready? Is that person ready? So always matching by pooling is difficult to go to the same location. So you're always going from point A. You always have to create zones, like an A zone, which is your residential zone, to the B zone, which is your commercial zone that you're trying to commute to, whether it's a school or university or office space, right? So matching that is very challenging. So what we resulted in finding out is usually these are services that need to be solved by the government, right? Because they are not very profitable, right? The issue that you see here with the buses is a government's challenge. They need to increase the frequency of the buses, not ask people to take taxi rides, because again, very challenging in time, very challenging in logistics. So you have to think about that if you want to proceed.
Awesome, yes. That's feedback there, yeah. Really great feedback, Jedson, and really interesting idea. First of all, very brave for coming out here as a university student, pitching in your second language. Can we give him a round of applause? We need more of that, right? We need more guys coming out here being brave and doing this, right? Very relatable problem, really great visuals. I think we all can relate to this problem in many different ways. I would start off with a hook about like how many people feel squished when you're in the Yamanote line. Well, I feel this every single day when I'm on my bus going to school, and then you show that image, it's more powerful, it gets right away. But keep practicing, man. You're in university, you're gonna keep practicing, keep coming to events like this, learning from people, and then you'll be able to refine your pitch and be a lot better. So good job, man. Really good job. Thank you. All right, guys, that is the end of the pitches. Now we have a quick audience voting. So everyone, please take out your phones and scan this right here. We're gonna vote on our favorite startups. Yes. Everyone, feel free to pull out your phones. We're going to grab, yes? All right. Are we ready? Okay. So, which startup founder had the most creative slides? This is the slides that we're talking about. Most creative slides. Here we go.
Do you have a list of the names?
No. If you remember off the top of your head, oh, somebody put in the number. The number is up there, had the most creative slides. Wow, more numbers. Okay. Okay, maybe you don't have to put in the number, guys. Maybe you don't have to. I think scanning the QR code will work by itself. Okay, all right, here we go. We got Go Gaijin, Well Body. Oh, more Go Gaijin. Okay, what else? Right click, here we go, click. All right, keep going. Anyone else? That's it? Well, oh, right click, oh, taking the lead. Oh, Go Gaijin, here we go. The bus photo, okay. Oh, he didn't have a name for his thing. That's right. He did not have a name, right? All right, Well Body, here we go. Keep going, TBT, excellent. Good job, guys. All right. Let's go about 10 more seconds for this one. Let's get our votes in. Excellent. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time's up. All right, excellent. So everyone give a round of applause for Well Body. Yes. All right, excellent. Next up, which startup or founder had the most engaging presentation style? Who engaged with you the most? All right, let's go. Let's vote. Well Body again. Okay, Busboy. All right. Excellent. Go Guy Jean. Okay, it looks like we're neck and neck now. Go Guy Jean. All right. Excellent. Right click. Busboy. Interesting. AI voice. Okay, here we go. Busboy still. Busboy, go. Nice, nice. One inbox. I loved it. Yep. Next. Right click. Busboy. Okay. Keep going, guys. All right, let's neck and neck. Which one are we going to break a tie? Right click again. Let's go 10 more seconds on this one. 10, 9, 8. Oh, they're neck and neck. 7, 6, 5. Busboy. 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right, excellent. Busboy. Busboy. All right, excellent. All right, and the last one, everyone. We're going to vote for who was your favorite overall. What was your favorite, most memorable pitch overall? Here we go. Most memorable pitch overall. Osna. Okay, excellent. Go Guy Jean. Right click. Excellent. All right. Good. Busboy. Again. Osna. Go Guy Jean. One inbox. Osna. Oh, Osna's in the third place, I think. Let's go. One inbox. Very good. Okay. Let's go, guys. All right. Let's go about 15. Busboy. Uh-oh, Busboy coming from behind. Let's go 15 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Busboy. Congratulations, Busboy. Congratulations. Very, very impressive. All right, guys. Everyone, please give a round of applause for all our startup founders here. Everyone, please, let's stand up. Yes. Give yourselves a bow. Yes. Give them a bow. Let's get a photo. All the startup founders. Yes. If you guys want to take a photo, please take a photo of them. You guys are really, really brave coming out here in front of a large crowd, pitching your startups, right? It's really difficult. It's challenging, right? But you guys all came out under these circumstances. We got people online watching as well. Really great job. I'm really proud of all you guys, and hopefully you found this very interesting. So again, a round of applause, guys. Thank you so much. All right, let's sit down, guys. Sit down really quickly. Okay, so before we get to open networking, I just have a few words, guys. I just have a few words I'd like to share with you, please. As you all know, pitching is really hard. You got all these eyeballs looking at you, right? It's very difficult. It's nervous. You're like, oh my God, what do I say? What do I do if the tech fails and all that type of stuff, right? You have an idea that maybe you didn't validate too much yet, but you just want to give it a shot. You want to give it a try in front of a live audience, right? But many people have an idea in their head. How many of you have a startup idea or thought of starting a business, but you're too scared to pitch it in front of people, right? Many people have ideas because of fear. But I want to remind everyone here that fear actually has two meanings. Fear has two meanings. The first one is forget everything and run away. We can run away. We can, let our fears overcome us and have that flight, right? But fear can also mean this. Face everything and rise. When you face your challenges, when you get yourself out, you put yourself out there, you can really make, an impact, right? So I want to help you all go from, just having an idea in your head to getting out there and have an investor-ready deck, right? And I'm confident that in 4 weeks, you can do that. Anyone within a month with enough focus, energy, and effort can do that. This is the first step, actually getting out there and telling everyone about your idea. That's the first step, right? But some of you came here for a reason. You came here for feedback. You came here for, getting questions from the audience, everything like that. One of the things I offer, one-on-one pitch consulting and also recorded video feedback. So if you guys want to just send me your pitch and get, some feedback on your storytelling, whether it be your slides or everything like that, I can do that as well. And I'm an English teacher. I'm somebody who loves pitching in front of people, love getting up in front of crowds. So I mainly focus on storytelling, delivery skills, and your confidence. How do you speak with a voice that you guys can hear in the back, right? Or eye contact, body language that engages the audience. So if you guys are interested, please let me know. I'd be happy to help you out. And, it's one thing to have a really good pitch. It's another thing to have a partner to help you with. And I was lucky to find Maki, who is my co-founder, right? Right, Maki? Yes? Yes, so we found each other through our network, and we also started our company Sayama Ventures together. But we want to help you find your next co-founder. We're actually having a co-founder matching event this weekend on January 24th. This will be the third time that I am hosting this event. It's at Impact Hub Tokyo, okay? Now, if you scan this code, you can get a 1,000 yen discount. We really want to get people to come by, and if you have an idea for a startup and you're looking for somebody to make it into a reality, feel free to come by and meet some interesting people.
And we do post like photo on the last event image. So like if you have no idea what kind of event it is, you can check our LinkedIn post. We post it on LinkedIn, right?
Yes. I have several pictures and videos, and I can share them with you if you're interested as well. Yes. Maki, tell us about this.
And this is another event because we are moving really fast forward, and another collaboration event with the ventures. This is like the originally came from Silicon Valley, and they are doing hosting a pitch event all over the world, and a Tokyo one coming second time. It was last year and this year happening in a Sushi Tech time. Actually, Sushi Tech is April 27 to 29, but we are the ambassador of the Sushi Tech, and also like our partner is doing the Sushi Tech side event partner, which means like this will be our Sushi Tech official side event, so please do join. This event, unfortunately, not everyone can join as a pitch person because there is a selection for application form, but accepting application over there. But it's worth the challenge because like once you can go on the pitch event, who is the judges? Investors. Yes. So investors gonna directly judge your pitches, and if they're happy about it, they're gonna invest in the future. Right. So please apply and please challenge. It's worth to challenge it. Any comments?
No.
Okay, let's go to the next one.
And then yes, actually we are Sushi Tech ambassadors. If you guys are interested, we have a really huge discount code that we are going to give to you all. If you join our Slack channel, you can stay connected with everyone that you meet here today, including the founders. It's a growing Slack channel. We're trying to provide a space where you all can ask each other questions, share resources, and stay in touch. So we'll be sharing that code after this event so you guys can all get really good discounted tickets. We can't say how much, but yes.
Yeah, how much percent we can't say, but it's huge discount. So, and you can use 3 days, 27 to 29. You can use. Yes.
And then stay connected with us. This video of this event will be on our YouTube channel. You can also check out a recap that we'll be doing on our LinkedIn and then also Facebook channel. You can search us at sayamaventures.com or at Sayama Ventures. Yeah.
Tomorrow is why YouTube link is here is we started doing the Sayama show, which is YouTube live every Wednesday. Some people don't know about this, so yeah, we should talk about it.
Yeah, every Wednesday night we do a live stream where we chat about startup news and some updates about some events we're doing. So every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. we do a live stream. Yeah.
Please do watch and subscribe our channel.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
And then for the next Pitch and Connect, will be February 24th online. So once a quarter, we'll try to do it in person, and then every other month we'll do it online. So if you guys didn't get a chance to pitch tonight, you'll be able to do that online the next time. Same format. So join us then.